I had red light therapy, I had hyperbaric sessions, hyperbaric chamber. I thought it's my mission now just to try and come back as soon as possible.
My brother Tarran went from winning the British Superbike Championship last season to having two of the biggest crashes of his career, missing the start of this year, and then having a serious road to recovery before he could start this season, slightly delayed. So today I'm going to look at his road to recovery, what exactly happened in his crashes, and his thoughts ahead of his first race this weekend.
I think the last time you were on my channel was when we were going to Spain.
Your last video you did of me was post-operation, taking me for physio, which was February, because the window cleaner came. I'd repaired myself, come out of a cast, gone into a boot, gone back into a new cast with my second injury, came out of the house, and the window cleaner was here, and he went, "Oh, have you just got back from Spain?" And I said, "No, I've been back a while." He went, "Oh, I watched your brother's vlog, I saw you broke your leg." I was like, "Yeah, I've come home, repaired, rode a bike, crashed again, broke my leg, and now it's in another cast." He was like, "Oh, I thought that I watched your brother's vlog and you were in a cast." I said, "No, I've had another injury since then." He went, "Oh, I'll tell your brother he needs to update his subscribers then, because I thought I was still injured."
Right, well let's update them.
First injury, just a stupid little crash, ran off track, put the bike down, and went into a wall, tyre wall, not much protection, and dislocated my right shoulder, broke my right tibia, malio, I can't remember what it's called. So that was January the 20th, had an operation.
What did they do in that operation?
3 screws, and a rest of my shoulder to repair the fracture. No operation on that.
And then I was travelling to Texas and I just landed and someone said, "Oh, Taz has crashed." And I said, No, I don't think he has. They went, "No, has he hurt himself?" I said, "No, I don't know what you're on about." So I rang Dad and you were in Coventry A&E. Talk me through that crash because I wasn't there.
Did the Snetton test, which was 20 something of March for 3 days, which was from the first injury repairing to get to that test. So I made that test, was fine. I think I finished 4th or something.
How many weeks was that?
Just under 2 months, or around 2 months. So I had my first injury January 20th, operated on, 3 screws in my ankle, rest my shoulder, come back to the Snetton test 2 months later, 3-day test, all went well. Missed the Donington test because it was wet, went to the Silverstone test and it was really windy conditions, not amazing conditions, it was dry. Oh, I'm just welling up thinking about it. No, I came round the last corner at the Silverstone test in like the second to last session, I think, and just had a moment on the rear and it kind of came round and snapped back and came back in the seat and was fine, but as I landed back in the seat I opened the throttle and it slid again, bit back, and it just carried on going like a bucking bronco. And where I had the slide was quite, maybe like halfway around the corner, Woodcote corner, the last corner at Silverstone, and I ended up from it just carrying on the whole way down past the start finish line, and then ended up off the track. Didn't really remember much about the crash, just kind of came round in the medical centre. Basically my left ankle was just, when they took I couldn't get the boot off, they took the boot off and it kind of just dropped by itself, so they had to hold my ankle in place. They plastered it, went to Coventry and Warwickshire A&E that night, got x-rayed, and they said I basically need to go to a local A&E, not somewhere that's 40 minutes from home. So I got discharged, went home that night, slept on the sofa, woke up the next morning. In between all this, Dad had been messaging Leon Haslam and Anne Haslam, Leon's mum. They sorted me to go to a doctor in Nottingham, Dr. Forward, that I then saw on the Friday. I think I crashed on the Wednesday or Thursday, saw him Friday, and then eventually got operated on Monday. my left ankle was slightly worse. I had 2 breaks in it, so I had to have a plate in the left hand side, which is that scar, if you can see it. So I had a plate there with 4 screws that just go across, and then I've got another plate down there that's got 8 screws, again going across, and then I think there's 4 at the bottom. And that was the April the 6th, got operated on April the 10th or something like that, and now it's 18th of May, and I rode last week at Donington on a track day, which was the 12th of May, so just over a month, and then this weekend's Donington Park, so I'm back in the deep end.
Back in business.
Back in business.
Talk about your recovery, like what is involved.
So from my first recovery, I was quite doom and gloom probably for a day, maybe, so that's about as much as it lasts with me, and I thought, oh, this is rubbish, I've come out to Spain, I'm not going to be able to train, I'm not going to be able to ride, had a brand new supermoto bike that I've not even turned a wheel on yet, and I was really excited to go out and ride there, and that was day 1 basically of training. So from October Brands Hatch to January, I think I rode a bike once for a couple of laps at Donington on Superstock 1000 bike, Tim Neve's bike. So I went there, first day of riding. I rode the first day, then the second day I crashed. So then from 20th of January to, or the 17th of January to the 22nd of March, hadn't rode a bike. So I rode a bike for 3 days at Snetterton, which was good. And then I did half a day's riding at Silverstone and I've crashed. So I can count on one hand how many times I've rode a bike since Brands last year. So now I've had 0 testing pretty much, no bike time. I can't really ride in the garden because I can't stamp my feet at the moment. So if you try and ride flat track or you have a moment, you kind of dab your foot down, and I can't stamp my feet, so I can't run, no impact training basically. So that first injury, I'm just need to get prepared and repaired and do everything possible to get back for that first test, 22nd of March. So I got back, I did physio in Girona, came home, physio with Stu in Melbourne, went back to Girona for a hospital appointment and more physio, came home, and in between that I had a training plan from Loughborough which involved pretty much cycling and any mobility movement with my shoulder between Loughborough and Stuart. They organised or created a little plan for me to do at home. Stu comes here sometimes to help me do those exercises. Had red light therapy, I had hyperbaric sessions, hyperbaric chamber, did everything. I saw Stuart pretty much every day and just thought I'm going to try and do everything possible to get back for this test in a reasonable condition. The only problem I had when I came back the first time was I couldn't really get tucked in because of my shoulder, and that was the only issue I had. So I thought, oh, this is great. I think I ended the test 4th and was fine, and then I crashed again. So the second crash, it was a week before the first round, and I wasn't doom and gloom, and I wasn't so bothered. I don't know why. I didn't think, oh, this is it, I've ruined my chances. I thought, okay, this first crash has kind of prepared me to recover faster and do it properly. I've got everything, I've bought some equipment, I was in a routine of seeing Stuart anyway. I learned some things in Spain, Stuart's taught me some things, Loughborough's taught me some things. BSB are really kind, they have these Zaymar ice machines that are really expensive. They've lent me a Zaymar machine to use at home, and Stuart gave me some stuff to help at home as well. So I thought it's my mission now just to try and come back as soon as possible. I know exactly what I need to do. I booked in for loads of hyperbaric chamber sessions. Whether these things work or not, I don't know, but I just thought I'm going to do everything possible to get back as soon as possible. So the doctor said 6 weeks recovery, and I rode just over a month from crashing. So that was 4 weeks. and I was fine. If I had to race last weekend, I could have. I think I tried riding at Alton, but it wasn't possible, just purely because I was still on crutches. I couldn't walk, I couldn't weight bear if I crashed the bike or the bike broke down or I had to get off the track somehow. I couldn't walk, so it was going to be near impossible to ride, which was the right decision now. And yeah, I'm now 2 days away from riding my first round of the year with 2 plates, 15 screws, a dodgy shoulder, and a not very well prepared Tarran Mackenzie to retain his title this year. So I've got not many days riding in. I've had okay fitness, but it's not nowhere near as good as it should be, and I'm not even anywhere near bike fit. So weirdly, I'm actually really looking forward to just putting myself through a bit of pain this weekend, and hopefully by the end of the weekend I've got some half decent results. I've got a good feeling on the bike, and as long as I leave Donington this weekend with a smile on my face, then I can't really complain. Done this drive pretty much every day since February 7th.
Where are we going?
It's now May 18th. Still doing the same drive, going to Melbourne, not Melbourne, Australia, Melbourne near Donington Park for physio. Since I've crashed in January, came back, he treated my ankle and shoulder, and then he finally fixed me, and then I rode at Snetterton, Silverstone, crashed Silverstone, and now he's back with my other ankle. So
What did you have to do to your ankle and shoulder originally?
shoulder, just did exercises to get it moving, because I didn't have much movement. I could only lift it to there and get my arm there, whereas now it's pretty much got full range of movement. So there's only so much you can do to each injury. So my ankle was just getting it moving and breaking down the scar tissue. Now I broke my other ankle. It's doing the same, just getting movement back, getting range of motion towards me, away from me, side to side. And then now he's got 2 scars on my left ankle to break down the scar tissue again. When your scar is quite fresh, it's like almost stuck to your leg, so you want it to like just move around on your hand or wherever, whereas when it's fresh it doesn't. Once that's got a bit of movement in it, then you can kind of stretch your ankle a bit more. And I've probably just explained it completely wrong, but that's what he's done since January.
Well, that was that.
Lap.
How's it feeling?
Sore this morning.
What, on the toe or on the...
Just walking sore.
What are you doing to him, Stu? What is the purpose of today?
So, we're trying to break down the scar tissue.
I was right. I knew I was right.
We're also trying to mobilise the joint, give him a bit more range of movement so he can get the gear selector up and down.
Basically what I said.
You did pretty much say, I'll give you that. And what else have you been doing over the last 2 months, Stu, with him?
Also working on the right shoulder.
What did you have to do with that?
Right ankle.
Similar type thing really, get range of movement back initially, which then allows us to then strengthen. Hopefully that'll then allow him to turn corner with the way that he wants to. Also leaning off the bike, obviously the shoulder requires quite a lot of stability, so working on that. And then the right ankle, same again, range of movement, strength,
Scar tissue.
get him hanging off that bike.
Rinse and repeat.
Mm.
Matching scars.
That scar's a bit different to the other, so it's just a bit thicker. Don't know why. But it is.
Healing powers.
Which
Like
one have you
that.
got 2 scars on?
This one.
Nice.
I've got a scar there.
What was that one?
End of the back straight of Thruxton on a 125.
You had a big hole, didn't you?
Let me just pull the skin back together.
What? I don't know if I can include that in my YouTube video. That was a picture of Tarran's knee. Oh. I'm gonna have to get that
16.
blurred. How old were you?
16.
I was left to fend for myself in the caravan that night on my own with no power, no lights on, no one to cook for me. With
You were 19 years old.
my BlackBerry Curve. See you, Stu. Thanks for that. See ya.
See ya.
Physio.
Oh, I'm walking normal now. Not.
A bit better.
Wait. No, it's Wednesday, so Wednesdays. Well, it's normally pack the van, but I don't even do that now. Well, this is in fact this is going to be the first race that I've actually packed to go to.
You've actually done no more races than I have since I've retired, have you?
I reckon you've done more riding.
Yeah.
You going to Triumph after that?
Yeah. 9 days riding.
Yeah.
And
I ain't done 9. I've done. I can count on one hand how many times I've rode a bike since Brands last year. So on Wednesdays, just pack a bag. It's not very exciting. Pack a bag, pack the car, pack my kit. Half my kit's coming from Alpine Stars. That's it. There's nothing. Go home and get a coffee.
Sounds good. Give me a howl if you're ready for Taz to go racing, mate.